Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to this card making project. In this episode we're going to make a card for a gentleman. I've promised more and I'm hoping to try and bring you more as the weeks go on, and I'm doing okay so far. So this card is going to be a good luck card for the gentleman. However, you would be able to change the sentiments if it was for a different occasion. So I'm going to start off with a 7x5" ivory base. I know I keep saying I'm going to try different sizes, but I always go back to this because it is a personal favourite. And I think sometimes if you're making something on your own favourite size, then it's going to work twice as well for you. So today I'm sticking with this size. So this is how it looks on our cardometer for anybody who's new and just joining us. My cardometer is something that I've created literally from card fronts and just sizing them onto a piece of A4 and just showing the increments in the sizes so that you get an idea of what size the card is that we're working with, and it maybe puts it into a bit more perspective when it's finished so that you can see the size and how much work you'd have to do and things like that. The cardometer isn't something that I'm going to make and make it available, shall we say. You can quite easily make your own. It is literally from card fronts, so just stick them together in the sizes, write on them the size, and then you've got your own. So I do appreciate all the comments about my cardometer. It's very nice of you and I'm glad you like it, and I'm glad you like the idea. Just remember, when you see it in other places, you saw it here first. That's what they say, isn't it? So this is our 7x5" card, and that's how it looks on our cardometer. So it's a good area for you to be able to fill and embellish, etc. So we're going to start off, as always, I'm going to make sure it's a good sharp score on the top of the card to make sure it stands up. Now I know there's a lot of you that watch every time and you'll be thinking, oh, she does that every time, you don't have to explain. Well, I'm getting new viewers all the time and I just want them to sort of catch up to speed with what we do and why we do it. So we always make sure we've got a good sharp fold along the top of the card to make sure it stands up nicely. And I'm going to do the inside first because we always make the inside just as pretty as the outside in some cases. I've actually stamped using one of Anna Griffin's For Him stamps, Good Luck to You, and I've stamped it on Ivory cardstock. Well, it's like a paper cardstock, it's about 120 GSM, so it's not enough to fold into a card, but it's not flimsy. So I've stamped it in Stays on ink and I've already got tape on the back. So I'm just going to peel the tape away and then position this on the inside of the card. So let's have a look. Now I've been asked a question this week that I'd like to address. I've been asked why I only make videos with Anna Griffin products, which it's a good question. I have got videos that I've used other products with, but at the moment I'm having a run of just Anna's beautiful products because for me, I've followed Anna for a very long time. I've got a lot of her products and I personally would endorse the products from back then and into the future because of the quality and the range of items that are available. So for me, it's a no-brainer. I do like other items on the market and sometimes I use them and sometimes I don't. So watch this space. There might be videos for other companies coming along, there might not. But at the moment we're going to just, carry on as we are because I enjoy using Anna's products and I enjoy making the videos with them. So that's why I do them. So that's the inside of our card. The next thing I've done for the inside is I've taken some of Anna's metallic layers and I've trimmed them into the size of the embossing folder from the For Him collection. and I've embossed it twice, and I'm just going to add these to the inside of our card. So the first one, I'm just going to turn it around so I can see it. I'm going to put at the top like so, and then the second one is going to go at the bottom of the card just to marry up with the top to balance it out. I could have put these at the top or along the sides, so I've decided to go with them like that. So it's for a gentleman, so I think that looks quite good, and it'll go with the front. So now we're going to go with the front. As you can see, even though they're embossed, it still folds and it'll still go in its envelope. So the first thing we're going to do is, again, we're embossing the background. So I've done exactly the same as I did for the actual inside. Now the middle strip I've done in two, well, the outside strips I've done in two sections, but the inside strip I've done all in one. And I just want to show you how that works. I've cut a piece of the metallic card and I simply cut it double the size, and I run it through the machine in the embossing folder like that. I take it out and I do it again underneath it. Very simple. And then that way I've got a full middle section that is in one piece. So let's position these on the card. I'm turning it long ways so I can see it, so you'll have to forgive me, because if I do it the other way then it probably won't all fit together because I won't be able to see it, and then I'll make a right dog's dinner of it, as we say politely. So we'll just peel the back of our tape away and add the middle section, matching it up, and then the final section should fit, she says. Fingers crossed, let's hope it fits. And there we go. So that's the base of our card, and already it looks really pretty with the full embossed front. The next thing I've got is I've stamped using the chalkboard stamps, and I stamped it once and then I stamped it above it, making sure there was a little bit of a crossover between the stamps, and then stamped it a third time again with a little bit of crossover, and then I cut them out so they're at an angle, and I'm using it with one of Anna's vintage collage toppers. And what I thought was, I'm going to attach it to the side of the actual topper like that. So I've got some tape on the back of this and 3D foam on the rest of it, so that I can position the stamped image just at the side like that, and then that in turn will all sit onto the card front. There's 3D foam on the back of the actual chalkboard stamp and 3D foam on the actual collage topper. So we'll pop that on like so, and then the final item is I've got a gold bow, and I'm going to just pop that on. Let's think. We'll have it at this side. We'll have it at that side there. And that finishes off the card perfectly. And ideal for gentlemen. It's not too floral. It's not too fancy. Matches perfectly for them, the inside, the outside. And it'll still go flat in your envelope. It's not too thick, and it stands up nicely. So that is our little card finished. if you want to change the sentiment, you'd be able to put a different sentiment over the top quite easily. You would be able to add, if it was dad or mum, maybe add a sentiment for the person who it is, something like that. But I think that is absolutely gorgeous and ideal for any guy. So I'd like to thank you for watching. Feel free to comment. If you've got anything to say, please join me on Facebook. I love hearing from you, and I love it. Friend me on Facebook and show me what you make, because I love seeing it. So thanks for watching, and I shall see you again next time.